Do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? A significant portion of our lives is spent reacting to others and the events that occur around us. However, these reactions are not always the most beneficial or appropriate course of action. In fact, they can often worsen situations, make others unhappy, and have negative consequences for ourselves. The reason behind wanting to make things worse is not intentional, but rather a result of our tendency to react without thinking. These reactions stem from our fears and insecurities and are often driven by our immediate emotional responses. Instead of reacting, it is more effective to respond by taking in the situation, considering our values such as reason, compassion, and cooperation, and then deciding the best course of action. For example, when a child breaks something, a reactive response would be to immediately get angry and yell, which would upset both the child and yourself, further straining the relationship. However, a responsive approach involves noticing your anger, pausing to breathe and reflect, and considering the situation. First, you check if the child is okay and address their emotional state. Then, you realize that the broken object is not of great importance in the larger scheme of things. You let go of any attachment to it. Next, you help the child clean up, turn it into a game, and teach them that mistakes happen and should not be dwelled upon. Finally, you have a calm conversation about how to prevent similar accidents in the future and offer a comforting gesture like a hug. This choice between reacting and responding presents itself in various situations, whether it involves nagging from a parent, rudeness from a coworker, or unkindness from a spouse. External events will always have the potential to bother us, but if we learn to respond rather than react, we can improve the situation and not make it worse. So how can we learn to respond? The key is to cultivate mindfulness and practice pausing before taking action. Mindfulness involves observing ourselves when something triggers us or causes an emotional reaction. Instead of immediately acting on that reaction, we can pause, refrain from impulsive behavior, and take a moment to breathe. During this pause, we can observe the urge to act irrationally and allow it to dissipate. Sometimes this may only take a few seconds, while in other cases it may be necessary to politely remove ourselves from the situation to cool down before responding. By pausing and allowing the initial reaction to fade away, we create space to consider the most intelligent and compassionate response. We can think about how to strengthen relationships, teach valuable lessons, build better teams or partnerships, improve the situation, and bring calmness to everyone involved, including ourselves. It's important to acknowledge that initially we may make mistakes in this practice. However, with time, we become more adept at observing our reactions and implementing the pause. If we do stumble, it is crucial not to dwell on it, but rather commit to being more mindful in the future. Take note of the triggers that led to the reaction and be attentive when similar situations arise again. In summary, the process involves being mindful, pausing before reacting, and then considering a thoughtful and compassionate response. Through practice, we can develop these skills and gradually improve our ability to respond effectively in various situations. Alright, if you like this video so far, please click that like and subscribe button for more videos like this. Keep smiling and wear your beautiful faces. Bye.